Right, you join us on a Sunday morning and look, the tables have turned. Look, young George is driving. So young George has passed his driving test. How many weeks he passed it now, George?
Fair few now. I passed in December.
So he has been, we've kept him quiet, he's been getting some mileage up, so he has now taken ownership of the little Suzuki Jimny. So he said, hey Dad, do you want to come out for an off-road drive? So George is taking me out. We're just doing the little track that goes down to the Ford. But in this video, we'll probably stop somewhere. We'll stop near the Ford, shall we, George?
Yeah.
And we'll have a chat. We haven't really had a sort of vloggy chat, really, about what we're doing in our lives and stuff. So we'll have a little chat about business, what we're doing at work, what we're doing outside of work, what we got going on. But for now, we'll enjoy it. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning, isn't it, George?
What's happened here?
What's happened here? Oof. That looked like a lot of fluff from something or other. Right, we'll join you if we see anything interesting and we'll catch up and we'll have a chat. Right, we're going to have a look where the air intake is. We've arrived at the Ford. They've redone it all actually now. It's all really nice. So this is on the Foss Way. They've put all stones at the side, so we're going to have a look. A motorbike was there, but we just talked to him. He went over the bridge, so he might film for us as George has a go at going through. Right, George is trying to find out how to open the bonnet. Come on, George. Come on, George. You found it yet? He's got it. He's on it. Right, we're going to have a look. We reckon it'll probably come up halfway up the wheels. Not too bad. Let's have a look. Come on, George.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Give him a sec. Don't rush him. No pressure, George.
Is this one of the ones where it's not in the middle? I can't even feel it. I got it figured.
Right then. Let's have a look. We've got some mud splattered on there. Right, so let's have a look. So where's the air intake? So let's have a look, come this other side. So that we've got a K&N air filter here, but where's the, and there it goes into the engine, but where does it come into the air filter itself? I think it might be this. I think it's this bit here. Right, I think so. Let me just come around this side. So it seems to have, I think it goes in here, and I think it's this little tube here. So we're sort of up to headlight level. So we don't want too big a bow wave, do we, George? Right, here he goes. George is going to drive through. Here he goes. Little Jimny. Steady, steady, slow. Steady. Here he goes. Whoa, Jimny bossed it. Let's go and have a look. How much water's got in. Look at that. Little Jimny. He's doing good. Look at that. Now, that was George's second time because I was rubbish on the camera first time. So there you go. Is it wet inside, George? How was that? Second go?
That was good.
That's dry inside, isn't it?
Dry inside.
Look at that. There we go. Suzuki Jimny. Off-road. Anyway, let's sit and have a chat. Let's catch up on stuff. Well done, George. That's a good effort, isn't it? Yeah. Right, we're going to have a catch up, have a little talk about what's going on. What a lovely place this is. Just have a look around, George. So we've just been Jimny swimming. That went all right, didn't it, George? Well done, son. So, what should we talk about, George? Ineos Grenadier, that's all gone a bit quiet, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So, we know someone that's been on the waiting list. They lost his point on the waiting list. Did you hear this?
No.
Old Ralph, he was on the waiting list. He rung up, said, how's it going? They said, we've got no record. He said, we got my money. And they said, oh yeah, we had a computer system, something or other. But they found him again. But he's gone, he's given up his place. He's waiting for the pickup. But yeah, the chip shortage, I guess what's happened, no one's really telling us. They spent all that money. They built that massive factory or bought that factory. But it's all gone super quiet, and that's been a couple of years now. How long since we went for that test drive in one and it broke down, George?
1 year? 2?
Yeah, I reckon it's been a couple of years. So that's all gone quiet. I mean, I love the new Defender. I'm not the biggest fan of the Ineos. I know what they're trying to do, and I commend choice. So I think it's good if they do succeed and everyone's got the choice. The Stig's doing brilliantly, isn't it? We've had the 90. The 90's been pretty good fun, but we haven't used it a lot. We've used it mostly for development, and we've got that new 90 now. And where that's £20,000 cheaper, I reckon we could probably do a few more things with that. There's less money tied up in it, so we'll do some stuff for that. We've got to sort the rear floor out. What's been happening at work? We have been missing Tyler, as you know. Tyler left us a while ago for family reasons. He's got a young family and having a 9-to-5 job was tricky for him, so he's helping more with the childcare, and he's doing really well. He pops in to see us every now and again. He's doing really well. But we're trying to get a workshop replacement, and we have got Destiny from the office that normally does a lot of the customer service stuff. She said she wants to come and help in the workshop, so we've got Destiny. So you'll see Destiny starting in the workshop, so give her some support and encouragement as you see Destiny helping me over the next few weeks. We have got the Tesla. You don't see it much. Now, the main reason you don't see the Tesla in the workshop much is that's Mrs. Powerful's car, and she's not too keen on us having it, really, is she, George? She loves it to bits. You will not get Caroline to give up her Tesla for anything. I said, look, can we borrow the Tesla for a week, have it in the workshop? You can have the new 90. She's like, no, you can keep your 90. I'm having a Tesla. She loves the Tesla a bit. And it's been, that second Tesla we got has been absolutely bulletproof, hasn't it? It's been, we're doing some long journeys on it. We're using the supercharger network. We ought to do more. Actually, I have got some videos I took the other day that really annoyed me. When it was the batteries are cold, it doesn't do the regen braking. Apparently the power from your motion, your kinetic energy, it can't dump it in the battery when it's cold. It's not good for the batteries. So normally when you let off, you can drive the Tesla with just the accelerator pedals. You lay off, it regen brakes for you. But it didn't regen brake, and I was driving it and I lifted off and it just kept going. It didn't, and it really should tell you in some fairly bold way, because it changes the driving dynamics. And also driving the Tesla is evident that it gets the road signs wrong. You're on the motorway, and when we drive into our village, it's it's not really a narrow road, is it, George? Your school bus used to go up there, and it starts going beep, 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 and it thinks it's, but what it doesn't do is it doesn't learn. It's now done that road like 1,000 times, and it still thinks it's gonna end up in some horrific accident every time. So these electric cars, they've still got to use AI, or it's not even AI really, is it? It's like learning, just basic learning. And then it got me on to thinking, I was saying to Karen, I said, look, we're a way off this whole self-driving. All these people with the Tesla that have paid for the self-driving app, we're way off that. It can't even go down the road into our village. And have you noticed it's gone ultra quiet? No one is now talking about self-driving. And I think one of the companies, I'll put the article up online now, one of the companies, I can't remember which, has just ditched a load of, they've just stopped their development work on it. I think it was VW and someone had a joint thing. And they've just written off billions. And they've just stopped the self-driving thing. So I think the self-driving, there are some companies that are still powering forward with it. But it is interesting, isn't it, how what was all the rage years ago. Now, we never paid for the self-driving on any of our Teslas because I was convinced it was still a way off. Rivian, we were hoping the Rivian would come to the UK, the electric pickup truck, but they seem to be struggling financially. And there's another electric car startup, Arrival, and they've laid a lot of people off. So it's interesting times in the car market. I still think there's all sorts going on, and it'll be interesting to see what comes out. But Tesla are now making a profit, George tells me.
Well, a good margin on their cars.
Interestingly, they did try and put the price of the Tesla up, didn't they? Did you see that? So they tried to put the Tesla up. Obviously, with chip shortages and fuel prices, they were in a good spot, Tesla. And I think they might have tried to capitalise on that. They put the prices up, but then I think the orders slowed down, and then they put the price down again. And then everyone who'd ordered at the higher price got upset. So pricing in this modern world is interesting. So that's what we got going on. We've got a bit of a property project going on at the moment. That might be cool. I don't know. We'll see what goes on with that, won't we, George? But there's a 26 car underground car park that we may be able to make use of. But we've got to see what happens with that. So that's keeping me distracted. We've gone on an off-road day to Eastnor Castle, and that was brilliant. I will actually say Land Rover pulled out all the stops and took us on some really tricky tracks. We've done the Eastnor Castle before in COVID. It wasn't that exciting, was it, George?
No.
But they took our comments on board, and we said, I think they we said, oh, we'd like it a bit more challenging. Anyway, that they really did make it challenging. We had bumpers coming off cars, and we were going up hills and then having to slide back down again to get back up. It was an absolutely awesome day out. We took the whole company out, and that was really good. So hopefully you've seen that video, or you will see that video. Ben's putting that video together, and I think we should do more vlogs, and we're looking at building a little vlog studio, aren't we, George? So that's another thing. We got a lot going on. And what are you doing, George? You're doing your A levels now, aren't you?
Yeah.
So George is doing his A levels, and then he might even be off to university after the summer. So we'll see what's happening. But thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel, and I'll catch you later.